welcome back to Keeping It Simple Jen Style. Before we get started, I'd like to ask for a quick favor. If you will hit the like button, if you'll share this with someone who might need it today, and if you'll hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. I pour my heart into these messages because I truly believe that they can help people feel seen, supported, and free. But I need help growing this community and to get these messages out, and that's where you come in. So that's my favor for today. We've come to this final video of the Ascension series, and today we're going to talk about someone whose story speaks so loudly to what many of us are going through right now and feeling right now. Esther. Her story isn't just about royalty or courage or a historical event. It's a spiritual map to awakening. And in this world of confusion, pressure, and uncertainty, her message is more relevant now than ever. Let's walk through this together. Esther 2:10 says, Esther had not revealed her nationality or her family's background. Let's think about that for a second. Esther kept her truth hidden. And there was many reasons why back in her time period, out of survival, fear, uncertainty. Does that sound familiar? How many of us have silenced our soul just to fit in? I know I have. Actually, I was just thinking about that. I used to be a wallflower and afraid to speak out. But if you know me today, that's not the case. Whether it's our spiritual gifts, our truth, or our calling, we've tucked parts of ourselves away to be accepted in a world that's waking up now. So my question to you is this: where are you still hiding your light? Think about it. Esther 2:12 says, each young woman's turn came after 12 months of beauty treatments. First of all, could you imagine going through 12 months of beauty treatments? I would love that. We've all been in that quiet, uncertain season, the one where it feels like nothing's happening, but in truth, everything is happening. Esther's preparation was a metaphor for inner purification, letting go, healing, aligning. If you're in the in-between stage, the not yet, don't rush it. You're not stuck. You're being refined. And let me just say that I've been in this season a couple of times. And what have I wanted to do? I've wanted to rush it. So listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Don't rush it. God's timing is perfect. Now we're getting to my favorite scripture, Esther 4:14. The scripture reads this: who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Pause and think about that for a second. I think that scripture hits differently now in the world today. Things feel heavy, but do you think that you're here for such a time as this? I do. In this timeline, you're meant to be here. In this shift, you are meant to be here. In this spiritual unveiling, you are meant to be here. You are right on time. You were created for a purpose. And whether you realize it or not, you're doing it just by being here. So you're not behind. You're not missing out on anything. You're right on time. Just trust your soul knows the way home. It knows what it's doing. Esther 4:16. It says, if I perish, I perish. Esther knew her risks. Speaking truth meant possibly losing everything. including her life. Have you ever been there where you knew that if you took a stand for something and you knew it was the right thing to do, that it could be losing everything? Well, that's where she was at. She didn't care though. She knew that she had to do this, and she did it anyway. And right now, we're all being called to step out in faith, to speak, to shine, to show up. I knew I was supposed to create this YouTube channel, and I was scared to put these messages out because I knew that, people that I know may think that I'm crazy. But I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. So this is my Esther moment, so to speak. So let me ask you a question. Where in your life are you being called to act? Are you going to do it, even if it's scary? Don't be afraid, because when you walk with God, He will make sure that the path is cleared before you. Trust Him. Listen to your soul. Esther 4:16 says, "Go gather all the Jews and fast for me." Before Esther even made a move, she aligned. She fasted. She prayed. She got quiet first. You don't have to figure it all out before you do something. You do need to get still, though, because stillness gives birth to clarity. Slow down, tune in, and trust the answers will come, because they will. Well, we've gotten out of chapter 4, and now we're in Esther 8:8. And that says, "Write another decree in the king's name." So if you know about Esther, she's approached the king and he listened to her. And because she had stepped out on her faith, she was able to reverse the decree that was made against her people. Spiritually, this symbolizes how we can rewrite the limiting beliefs that have been passed down through our bloodline, our generations. You're allowed to write a new story. And that's kind of where I am. I'm writing a new story now for myself. So let me ask you this question. What outdated belief are you going to let go of? And what truth will you declare instead? Our belief systems is what holds us back. If you believe all the things that have been said to you, that you're this or you're that, and you know deep down that you're not, don't take them on as your own. Just because your dad was one way or your mom was one way, that doesn't mean that's your way. So, again, think about what outdated beliefs you're carrying with you and rewrite your story. We are getting to the good part now. I am so going to try to keep my self-contained here, but this is good. Esther 9:4. Esther had become powerful in the palace. By the end, she's not surviving. She is fully walking in her divine role. You know what that's called? That's called Ascension. This is the moment that most people think we're going to just float away. But it's all about living in true alignment with your divine self. That's what this whole series has been all about, is learning the stages of ascension. You don't need permission to own your own purpose. You just need to align with it. You just need to have courage. Be bold. Be willing. Surrender what you think ascension is, or what you think going up to the heavenlies is, and let God align you and listen to your soul. It knows the way home. You'll hear me say that a million times on my channel. I want to personally thank you for being a part of this Ascension series. It was really fun to put together. We've walked with Jesus. We've been in the valley with Job. We weathered the flood with Noah. And today we rose with Esther. These stories aren't just history. They are coded messages for awakening. This is your time. This is your season. And this is your Esther moment. Let's close with this affirmation. I am aligned. I am courageous. And I am here for such a time as this. If this message touched your heart, drop me a comment. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I've got more series I'm putting together. Actually, I'm going to start a whole new series next week called From Parables to Purpose, Christ Consciousness in Everyday Life. Now, in this series, we're going to talk about we're going to dive deep. We're going to dive deep into the timeless wisdoms that are hidden in Scripture, from Jesus's parables to the sacred cycles woven through all seasons of our life. And together, we're going to unpack divine timing. We're going to discover the deeper meanings behind some familiar scriptures, and we're going to explore Christ consciousness, how Christ consciousness guides us through worry and waiting and transformation. This isn't about religion. It's about awakening to the purpose and peace that come when you see the Bible as a living roadmap for your everyday journey. So be sure to come back, because next week we're kicking off with why Jesus teaches in parables. Until then, keep walking in truth, keep rising in light, and remember, you were made for such a time as this. I'll see you next Thursday.